don't we stop right here?
Hey. Oh, you made me miss the kid.
Damn, I'm so sorry. We have competing agendas, and I couldn't even see the kid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you want to start?
Oh, hey, how's it going there, man?
Hey, what's up?
Nice to see you. Where are we today?
We are in San Francisco Nob Hill, in front of, what is this, the Grace Cathedral?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. You might know this street, California, in Kearney. It's like the famous street where you can see like the cable cars come up and the view of the Bay Bridge.
Yeah, I was thinking we could just walk around, and I got some questions for you, and
Yeah.
kind of want to hear about your process.
Yeah, I
your
mean,
photography.
I've never, ooh, something's happening here.
Go for it. I'm taking a step back.
Yeah, so I've never really been documented before, so this is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what, Leo has in store for me. And yeah, I'm just going to wing it. So what got me into photography, growing up, like my dad, he would show us like a lot of movies, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, the typical like Spielberg.
Yeah.
Like huge on Spielberg. Like I watched Saving Private Ryan as a kid, dude. Like I was like under 10, that does something to you.
Right.
But yeah, I watched it and it was a great film. And I think just like the medium, of cinema and telling stories through frames is probably like one of my favorite ways to do it. I think what makes like a great photo, right, is that it makes you think. I think video kind of spoon feeds you. Don't get me wrong, like I love cinema, right? But there's something so much more powerful about a singular frame, like one decisive moment, and it forces the brain to kind of fill in the rest of the picture, judging from that one moment in time.
How long have you lived in San Francisco?
I was born and raised here in SF, St. Mary's Hospital. Shout out St. Mary's. But at the age of 15, my parents bought because of the whole gentrification thing, our landlord raised our rent, and my parents just had to they looked for alternatives, and they ended up buying a home in Florida. So yeah, I moved to Florida when I was 15 in my sophomore year of high school. And after I graduated high school, I spent a year abroad in Ecuador. And then I came back here to the city and I've been here ever since.
Do you work right now, or are you like a photographer full-time? What do you do? How do you fill your time?
These days during the holidays, I've been picking up a few more shifts. I'm a server. I've been serving since I got back from Ecuador, just because it was something I could do, something I'm relatively decent at. I think my customer service skills are pretty decent. It gets me by, and on top of that, it gives me a lot of free time as well. It allows me to have days where I can just focus on editing photos, and it gives me days like this where I can still go out and shoot. I started out more as a landscape artist. I was doing a lot of landscapes. So yeah, I started off doing landscape just because it's easy, You don't have too many conditions changing. You have more, I would say, as a photographer, you have a lot of control over how your photo comes out when you do landscape photography, because there's not too many moving subjects and whatnot, and you can really take your time and frame up your composition. But as I've been shooting more and more, I think you might have something to do with this. Just, because we go out together, you and I, and then we shoot, and it's just what's around. And yeah, the more we do it, the more I enjoy it. Whoa, what the hell is this?
This is a movie. This is a short story right there.
Yeah, for real.
Salt, pepper, saddle of water.
Never mind, it's a red light. All right, got the shot.
Where are we right now?
We are down the tunnel. I think it's called the Stockton Tunnel.
Okay.
I don't really know the city too well, to be honest. I don't go out enough. But yeah, we just went down the Stockton Tunnel and now we're in Chinatown. Yeah, we're about to get to the heart of it soon. If you're familiar with like Henri Cartier-Bresson, one of the OGs, he speaks of the decisive moment, you know, and just like how in time within a picture there is like one decisive moment where the artist chooses to take that photo. You know, it's where your brain decides what moment was photo worthy, and moments in time is a good one. I'm like pretty nostalgic in general. So just like photography is kind of like the perfect tool for me because I get sad all the time knowing that like things are only happening once. They may happen like multiple times, of course, but they're never gonna happen the same way. And that's why I think photography is so beautiful because it really just captures the singular moment. Yeah.
Do you have any other photography influences, whether like famous or non-famous, that you like think about often?
I mean, number one, probably like my brother. During my Vietnam trip, I was shooting on my A7 III and, you know, my background in like landscape and stuff, I would only take a photo if it like looked cool. And then after we got back from Vietnam, my brother posted, he posted an Instagram post of his photography during Vietnam, and his photos were completely different than mine. And obviously, yeah, we have different eyes, but I guess that what that kind of like showed me was that like there is so much to see, and there's more that meets the eye than just like a cool photo. You know, I've kind of like been trying to change up my game, change up like my eye, or I guess just being more in tune with my eye. Because it's not like I never saw these things. I just never, I had too much like Instagram brain. So like I wouldn't, if I saw something cool, like I wouldn't take a picture because I didn't think it would look good for Instagram. And I think that is such a shitty mentality. And I'm working on changing that. Yeah, like something I probably would have taken before is like maybe this photo with his like yellow jacket and all these red lanterns, etc. But it might, honestly, it might not be like personal enough. There's like a great quote from this one photographer, I forget who, in a Poly B video, and he said something like, we need to work more on like we need to take more pictures that like don't just stimulate the eye, but stimulate the brain. And I think that's really valid. Because, yeah, I think like a good photo is not just one that looks good, but one that makes you think. But yeah, to go back to your point about other photographers. I think I'm really inspired by like Fan Ho. That might be why we're here in Chinatown. He would shoot like Hong Kong and stuff, early morning too, and he would capture like that golden ray of light. And I think he's part of like what inspires me as like inspired me early on. And then I eventually learned, I picked up like a 28 millimeter and that kind of changed my photography. It made me, Robert Capa, I think, said like, if it's not a good photo, you're not close enough. Something along those lines.
Yeah, you said that to me once. That definitely changed my.
Yeah, and you know, ever since, I mean, I was already working on getting close. Before that, I did a lot of like studying and research and just how I can improve my photography. Definitely getting close has been like the main motivating factor in what makes my photography better. because like I said, I started landscape, dude. There were like no people involved, and you're always far away from your subjects. You know what I mean? I think what's great about street photography is that things only happen once. Like, let's keep walking. All these people, yeah, you'll run into them again, but like they're never gonna be in the same spot, doing the same thing, looking the same way.
Yeah, there's like a certainty of this moment that's like not really replicable.
Yeah, man, and I think that's what makes photography really valuable. Oh, hang on. I think that's what makes photography really valuable, is that you know, it captures like a singular moment in time, and it tells a story. You know, like it's kind of cliche, but what the photo does is, you know, it makes you ask questions. I think that's what a good photo does. I'm not saying I've taken any, like myself.
Do you think Instagram's a good medium for looking at photos? Sorry.
I think Instagram might be like one of the only mediums, unfortunately. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, kind of controversial, but it's kind of like capitalism. It's not the ideal system, but it's the one that's currently in place. It's realistically speaking. Like, would I like to overthrow the system? Yeah, of course. Is it gonna happen? No. So I have to find a way to live within the system and use it to my benefit, you know what I mean? The harsh reality is, like, to be a photographer in today's age and use Instagram, it's tough. I don't know how many times I've met other photographers. We were able to connect through the use of Instagram.
So you feel like there's like not like an alternative, but it's like sort of achieving what we need to, and there's like, it may not be the best, but it's what we have.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to put it. I don't love Instagram. I'm not even on it that much, to be honest. These days, like, I just make my own posts. I check like a few stories, but really, I'm not too active on it. You know, I'm using the Leica M11, 28 millimeter Cimmicron.
Camera.
What makes it unique? It's a rangefinder. A lot of people.
Maybe better question. What do you like about it?
What do I like about it? It allows me to be quick, you know? It allows me to not think about my camera when I'm shooting. Like, I really don't look at this thing too much. Because I know what it's doing, and most of it's in my head. It allows me to be free. Fully manual, yeah.
What do you think that does for the photography process? Most people like get a camera because it has like AI autofocus, super fast autofocus.
Yeah, yeah. Most people get cars that have automatic transmission, and you know, all these like good features. But ultimately, at the end of the day, right, it's a tool. It's about getting from point A to point B. You know, like a manual car. You know, why get a manual car in today's age? My answer would probably be, I feel more connected to my car when I'm driving it, because I'm in control of every single creative decision behind it, you know? And
so it's kind of like an aesthetic decision.
Do you want to give it a try our dim sum?
Thank you.
Free plastic or green tea ice cream.
Appreciate it.
Do you want to give it a try right now?
Maybe later, yeah.
My name is Gloria.
All right, thank you.
Ese es mi trabajo, agarrar gente.
Gracias.
¿No tienen hambre o ya comieron?
Está bien, gracias. Ya.
Hablas español también, ¿verdad?
Poquito nomás.
¿Qué
Gracias.
lenguajes hablas? Español, inglés, ¿qué más?
Vietnamita.
Xin chao.
Xin chao. Nice.
Xin chao.
Xin chao.
Hablo 3 idiomas, inglés, español y chino.
¿El chino también?
Sí.
Wow.
Es difícil aprender.
Es difícil de aprenderlo, sí.
Wow. ¿Y cómo aprendiste
El chino lo aprendí en el City College y
Oh,
tengo un novio chino.
qué bueno.
Ah, ok.
Por eso.
Por eso.
Me buscan a mí, es que no tenemos
Ok.
gente ahorita en el restaurante. Queremos el
Ok.
business que esté más alto.
Yeah. Okay.
Sí, sí,
Good
All right.
morning,
Que te
beautiful
vaya
hot
bien,
dogs.
gracias.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Um,
Hola, hola, guapa, ¿cómo
that's
estás?
why we like it here.
¿Tienen hambre ya? Ya están los
What were we
sándwiches.
saying?
Si compran
Oh,
solo
yeah,
porque
so-
les damos esta gracia.
You feel like that's like a typical
Let's go down here.
interaction right there that we just witnessed?
For me, yes. For SF, no. I'm just like, I'm pretty introverted, so like things like that don't happen too much. Starting to rain a little more. Yeah, it's built to last, bro. They used this in World War II, like 1920s, bro. Not this lens, but definitely like us.
Think about rainy day photography. Is this what you usually go out and look for when you shoot?
No. To be honest, I don't really go out. Period.
Damn, what does that mean?
I mean, yes.
Who is Vivian Mayer?
Similar to Vivian Mayer, like when she would take out the kids, you know, she'd bring her camera.
That's not Mike Drum, Vivian Mayer. Let's give some context for our friends at home.
Nah, we're mic dropping Vivian Mayer. Sorry, do your homework, kids.
Google it. He said Google it.
But similar to her, like when I go out and I run errands and stuff, like if I'm going to school, like yeah, I'll bring my camera. If I'm taking the bus to work, I'm bringing my camera. If I'm just hanging out, I'm bringing my camera. I do bring my camera in most places, but
What's interesting about this?
it's just like, you know, like I said earlier, like good photography makes you ask questions. Not saying this is good photography.
On the outside, can I say I see this red post matching the red apple?
And the greens of the bushes.
So wait, is good photography just matching?
No, but it's good photography is understanding how the human eye works and how the eye works in mysterious ways, you know, and like it's attracted to certain there's certain things that make it more attracted. It's like predisposed. Here, let's go this way. Yeah, so the human eye is like attracted to funny things and it works in funny ways. It's aesthetically pleasing when it notices similar things, like within the same frame, for example, similar geometry, similar facial expressions, etc. It's not necessarily matching, but it helps for sure. One thing that I must say is, watch out. I'm not the greatest photographer. Like, I think what I am really good at is learning.
How long have you been doing photography?
About 2 years.
Is that a long time?
I don't think so. I feel like most people do photography for like their whole lives, and I probably will, but I just mean like relative to the grand timeline of things, I haven't been doing this very long. I think I'm decent, otherwise, you know, I wouldn't have bought a Leica. Oh, my point. I study the greats, the OGs. What's up? Oh, you mean with the ferry?
Yeah.
That'd be cool with the telly.
Do you miss tele photos?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all.
But they were fun.
They're fun. But this is more fun.
What did you study?
I just finished school, just studying finance.
Oh, congratulations. Where did you graduate?
Went to SF State.
The Gators.
I'm a Gator. I have no pride in it though.
What?
It's like,
How dare you?
it's whatever to me. What's this?
He said I'm different.
No, I just like,
Do you think it's important to have a project?
yeah, for sure. I think how I catalog my photos, 'cause, you know, you'd be taking a lot of photos. I catalog it based on like location. So when I look through my archives, I'm like, oh, these are my Marin County photos. These are my San Francisco photos. And then within that San Francisco folder, I have subfolders like, oh, this is Chinatown, this is Golden Gate Park. That way, when I decide, you know, that way I think it's important to have like a body of work, you know, like at the end of the day, you have something to look back on and it's like, hey.
It's organized.
Not just that it's organized, but then you end up like, oh, look at this. Like I documented what being in Golden Gate Park was like on this day, this day, this day. And then when you do it over time, I think what makes good photography is not just a singular photo, but it's the repetition of a singular photo over time. And that truly captures like the essence of what photography is, and that's like documentary work essentially. Because you're capturing this one moment in time. And then by doing it over and over, you're now creating like this timeline that you can look back on, and you can see how this same area has changed over time. And one thing I really like is you can also see how you've changed over time. Because like even though you're going back to the same places, like you're taking different photos, you're noticing different things, you know, and not even like relating to photography, just how you are in life. Because Um, what I like about my photography is I know exactly like who I was and what I was going through at a certain moment in time, and it reflects in my photography. Maybe the observer, like the audience, can't tell, but like I know from looking at my work, and that's why it'll always have significance to me. You know, a lot of red. I mean, we are in Chinatown. Do you want like a small bakery area, or like
Like a little grab and go, you know what I mean?
Okay. I feel like you haven't asked me a question.
Oh yeah, I wanted to hear more about your projects that you're working
Oh, right now I'm working on a zine. It's about my time in New York. It was my second trip. First trip, didn't really approach it with like a street perspective. Um, Second trip, I picked up a Leica for the first time, like a Q2. That's what I got my start in, and like it totally made me shoot differently as a photographer, and I'm really proud of the work. I being more tuned in with my environment and focusing less on the photo itself, but like what I'm capturing really. Just being in a new area with a new tool, you know, allows you to kind of figure yourself out.
Do you think it's appropriate to just take a photo of someone who may not otherwise want it to?
The ethics of it, the ethics of street photography. Yeah, I mean, arguably, I would say that most people don't really care.
I think I've observed something similar.
Stop, stop, stop. But watch out, watch out.
You think SF is a dangerous place to photograph?
Certain areas, yeah. There's bad places in everywhere you go, you know? You just have to. I've been here most of my whole life. I think if anything, I'm the one that's changed, you know? SF's always been the city of like.
So you don't think he's destitute and too far off the cliff and lost?
I think it is, but I think it's always been.
It never wasn't.
Yeah, it never wasn't. It's like baked into its identity, you know? Like San Francisco is a story of, hey, no, we
Another time, thank you.
Another time.
SF is a story of resilience, you know? It's about having your ups and downs. Like we've been through a lot of things. We had the 1906 earthquake, we built back stronger. SF is a story about, you know, messing up and learning from mistakes. It's a human story at the end of the day, man. SF is just like anywhere else.
What's happening?
Yeah, I heard that.
Are they screaming?
Don't know. Well, let's go here now.
Yeah. Recorded or no?
I'm stopping.
Okay.
I turned it off. I saw you dive. All right, but like I said, I use the tool that makes me feel connected to my craft, you know. And when I shoot on Sony, it feels very mechanical, whereas this is very freeing. Cause I'm barely touching it. Like, you know, we could all do what is easier, but great art isn't about doing what's easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd all have great art. I think that's a good place to. Did you catch that? Yeah, so like if people want me to delete it and they ask nicely, like they were pretty nice. They were a little close to me, which was
Really asking.
which was weird. No, yeah, they weren't really asking. But they approached me with a smile and they looked friendly. So I don't mind. One time this dude, he like approached me and he like kind of yelled at me. He was like, "Hey, I need you to delete that right now." And honestly, in that case, like I didn't delete it because like he was pissing me off. I was like, I don't owe you this delete, right? In this case, because they approached me with a smile, I didn't mind.
Yeah. It's a tough thing. I've never been in that position that you were just in. I wouldn't know what I would do.
Because you're not close enough.
Perhaps.
You're not. With, I mean, like, I know my streets for the most part. I know my peoples. I know my peoples, and like people of Asian culture are a little more discreet. They keep to themselves more, and they appreciate their privacy more. Yeah, so it's just something to be mindful of when you're out in the streets.
So if somebody comes up, you can delete the photo, or you don't have to. What is the rule? What is the legality of that moment that just happened?
Hey, it's all about creating your own sense of ethics, right? Like you don't owe anyone to delete. It's true. I mean, especially if you're shooting film, right?
Good luck.
It's in there.
Do you want to go to the park over there, or do you want to go into North?
It looks kind of.
Yeah, it looks
Well,
a little-
let's check it out for a bit.
Yeah,
It's just a quick.
he's asking.
I'm sorry?
Is that the M9?
No, this is the 11. Yeah.
Nice.
Are you a Leica shooter?
No, Fuji.
Oh, okay. How do you like it?
It's a poor man's Leica, right?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think what matters is the dials.
This thing sucks, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
It's not about liking it. It's about it. You know, any camera can do what it does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
Enjoy as long as you enjoy it, right?
exactly. Yeah.
It
So
sucks. So are you using it?
no, all I
brand
mean,
deal or?
all I mean, nah. All I mean by that is like,
I love
um,
that Fuji.
what I mean by that is like, Leica doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah. Wait, no. I love the Fuji. I think you throw it around.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what I like about this is like, same thing. It's like really dense. It's what people were shooting with in like World War II.
Yeah.
So like
The lenses are really good.
yeah, yeah.
Considering getting the.
Oh, is that right?
You can get the Leica lenses.
Yeah.
Throw them on the M9.
Huge fan of the M mount lenses. I think there's like a lot of imperfections with them,
It's part of their field.
and that's why I like it.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. That's
You can play with it.
I'm originally a Sony shooter,
Yeah.
Um,
most people.
and like I think the GM lenses kind of are too boring.
Yeah. They're very cookie cutter. Are
Yeah.
you a YouTuber? Or?
No, no.
I saw the DJI.
We're
and the
making a
bikes.
little like photo walk video actually. Do you mind like being in it?
Sure.
All right, cool. Yeah, yeah. I'm just walking around and capturing, and thought this was a cool interaction. But yeah, are you on Instagram?
The city? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get your Instagram. Sorry if I'm stealing you away from. I'll grab your info and pleasure meeting you, man.
Oh, buen mucho.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have a nice day, man. We have a mutual, and I'm shooting his mutual
What?
next Thursday.
This is what I mean. When we're out here, one of my things about street photography too is it puts you in contact with the universe.
You miss all the photos you don't take, right?
And you gotta go outside and take good photos.
So if you don't go outside, you're not gonna take anything.
True. Wow, I never noticed the storytelling out of the
I mean, there's stuff to see everywhere, right? But it's more about the stories that you want to tell. And I'm not like too well acquainted with this area to really feel like telling a story. Sorry, wait, Leo,
Yeah.
you're in my frame.
Oh, my bad.
Here, let's see if we can capture this woman right here. Oh, she's probably talking to her kid. We were too late. Yeah, she was wearing this cool like cheetah print, and she got into a Waymo. You know, the thing you have to understand about like street photography and moments like these, right? Most people would probably look at that and think of nothing, think nothing of it. But the way I view it, right, is Waymos have only been around for like a few years now. How long are they going to be around total, like in the long term, in the grand scheme of things? What are they going to become, right? Like, have you seen the Zooks? No? So yeah, there's another autonomous car now, like out and about now. You know what I mean?
Do you think photography is dying as an art form, rising in the phoenix ashes, in its twilight, in its dawn? How is photography doing as a genre in your eyes, as an artistic medium for presenting what is happening?
I think photography as an art form is getting like a little more niche because of the accessibility to camera technology itself. It's literally putting like cameras in everyone's hands, phones. Just like everyone has a camera these days. It makes it more valuable when like someone has an intentional approach to photography because most people don't these days since they kind of take it for granted, you know?
So I apologize, Richard. We were supposed to do more documentary, but
You're
the
chilling.
beast within was unleashed, and I took photos. But how do you feel about today's photographs? What do you think? Any reflections as we walk back to the car?
It was fun, man. I think, you know, like I've never really done this before where like someone's been with me as I do my thing. So that was cool. And, you know, I appreciate you for coming out. I appreciate what you do,
Yeah.
what you will do, what you are doing. Like you're gonna be the next big thing, man. You're gonna make photography great again.
Hopefully better than that. Make it something else. Make it better.
Make photography great again.
We'll see about that one.
All right, man. It's been real.
Real.
I'll catch you later.
Peace. Okay, just in case. Man, Richard just got an amazing photo. Right after I fucking turned off the camera. We popped off the lake.
It be like that, bro.